Hey folks, how's it going? So today we are back here again with the talk about Kef LS50s. In my previous review, well, I shouldn't say review, my rant about the Kef LS50 and why it was selling for such low prices. If you're interested in that video, I will link it in the description below. I was talking about how it wasn't selling for a lot of money than it should. And in that video, I did make a mistake of saying that Kef LS50s won't work with Class D amplifiers. Now, that is not definite, that's just my opinion, and it does work with Class D amplifiers in a lot of cases, although I've never used it with a Hypex design. A lot of you guys have messaged me saying that, yeah, it works with a Hypex design, you have it yourself. So I trust you guys, and so although I can't vouch for it, I do trust you guys that it works with Hypex designs. Now, getting right down to it. Another comment that I got a lot, and seriously a lot, from you guys in the comment section was that, hey, if it's so great when placed correctly and amplified correctly, why the hell are you selling it? And the answer to that question is today's video. And behind me is the Kef LS50 Wireless. Now, why the hell would you go with the wireless version when you had the Kef LS50s? Well, I sold the Kef LS50s and got the wireless version because this is really a no-brainer type of deal. I mean, it is amplified, the amplification is built into the Kef LS50 in the first place by the manufacturer who made it, aka Kef. And I think this is a very, very smart move from Kef because a lot of people were having troubles making this sound right. And I'm sure they got a mixed response from users such as myself saying that, it sounded good with this amplifier, it sounded crap with the other. And so they were fed up. I can just imagine them going like, this is it. We're gonna make an amplifier that's built in to the Kef LS50s so that nobody can complain. Now, this is a result of what I call a really good engineering. This is really simple to hook up. You can hook up to your desktop, your existing network. There's so many ways to hook this thing up, and you just play it. It is a no-brainer type of connection in terms of connectivity. So the connectivity is all good and convenient. Now the floating question is the wireless version, is the amplification inside as good as a Kef LS50 paired up with a correct amplifier or optimal amplifier? Now, to answer this question really simply, yes. And it will sound as good as, any type of setup that you put together. Sorry, it will sound better than the setup that you put together in 99% of the scenario. And that is because this is literally the optimal amplifier built into the Kef LS50. It is from Kef, so it is really like, a no-brainer at this point. And for $2,000, I think that is just absolutely fantastic. Now, the biggest complaint I had with Class D amplifier going back is that I didn't like it, and the reason was one was that it was not driving my Kef LS50s very well. A lot of the Class D amplifiers, and I will not mention all the manufacturers, but most Class D amplifiers really didn't work for me or for my taste. And although the bass was not bad, the high frequency was a little bit dimmed down, if you so will. And that was my biggest complaint. So what is going on with the Kef LS50 wireless amplification is that now the tweeter is Class AB. It's run by a Class AB amplifier, while the woofer is run with a Class D amplifier. Now, you see the Class D amplifier on the woofer section is no problem because Class D tends to have high damping factor and it's already being used for subwoofers in the first place, largely because of this high damping factor reason. So, Class D for woofer is no problem. My main complaint was with the tweeter region. Class D amplification tended to dim things for me, and I really didn't like that. Well, in this one, you are getting a Class AB for the tweeter, so the highs are so phenomenal. So to give you a reference on how good the Kef LS wireless sounds compared to your current Kef LS50 setup, I don't want to offend anyone, but I did have the Kef LS50s hooked up to like $20,000, $30,000 worth of gear at one point, and it didn't sound all that good compared to this. Now, mind you, I found it, very, very good. The $20,000 gear, I found it extremely good until I heard this. Okay? So I'm not saying that Kef LS50s, are always worse. I'm just saying that 99% of the time, the Kef LS50 Wireless will be the one that comes on top. And it's a big, bold claim to make, but I've heard the Kef LS50s numerous times with numerous amplifiers on numerous occasions, and it always seems that the Kef LS50 Wireless, for God's damn reason, seems to come on top when I do a straight A/B comparison. Now, what does it sound like? Now, first of all, the soundstage on the Kef LS50 is already phenomenal to begin with. Now, with the optimization of the amplifier section, now the sound field is just absolutely it just throws you out of the room. It's humongous, and it just disappears because it's such a small bookshelf speaker in the first place. So what you get is a really good imaging, really large sweet spot, and a really wide soundstage. At the same time, it disappears. So what more can you ask from a mini monitor such as the Kef LS50? It is absolutely phenomenal, and may I dare to say, it to my ears, it sounds better than the old good LS35As. Sorry, but that's just me. A lot of the old folks out there may be hating me right now, saying, "Are you crazy, kid? LS35As?" Don't get me wrong, I love LS35As, and these were built upon that, kind of legend. But I really like the wireless version. It just makes the Kef LS50s sound right without any type of kind of like thinking that you have to do to get it to sound the way it does. And the great thing is that the bass goes down, as low as it should in the first place. Now, a lot of the times I hooked up the Kef LS50 to a amplifier and the bass was just not there. It was not driving it properly. And surprise, surprise, this goes down really low. Even in my rather large stereo setup, it just sounded phenomenally, extended down into the bass region. And lots of control, lots of bass slam, lots of realism, and it just sounded like the Kef LS50 that I knew, just a lot more refined and just a lot more better, both in the high frequencies and low frequencies. And the mid-range was just a little bit more better than from what I remember with my Kef LS50s. So there you have it. Practically, you are getting the optimal amplifier built in to your Kef LS50s. That's how you should see it. Plus, you get the convenience of hooking it up wirelessly. So what can I say? I mean, it's a phenomenal speaker already, and you have the amplifier to go along with that phenomenal speaker. So if you want the best from your Kef LS50, seriously consider the wireless version. Look no further. No cables, none of that. You just gotta, buy this and you're done. Don't have to worry about your preamplifier, amplifier, integrated cables, none of that. And another comment that I got a lot on my comment section was, synergy is everything. And I agree, guys, I agree. And here, this is basically synergy done for you and, done and good. So there you have it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.